Back to the session. A very, very good evening, first of all. I'll quickly enable the chat. Yes, I think we are pending with the data types, right? So I want everyone, once you're complete with this, you are supposed to write the next section that is the data types. Okay. So kindly make sure you are creating a text and make sure you're creating a section and write here data type, and you can minimize the previous one. So let me write data type here. I will move up, we'll minimize everything. Conditional statements is done. Basic operators is done. Okay. Yes. So basics of Python, basic operators, conditional statement has been completed. Statement. Yes. So let us begin with the data types. So I hope everyone knows the different data types that we are learning, or basically any data types that we have learned in different languages. I hope you know a little bit of it. Anyone knows different types of data types, first of all? Okay, I'll write it here. You can just copy it if you want. Okay. So we have something called as Boolean. We have something called as number, string, list, and dictionary. Now, these are the important ones in Python. Okay. So basically, we are using these many data types as of now, because there are there are some different data types also, but those are not important as of now. So if it is important in the future, I'll let you know then and there. Okay. As of now, only these many data types are important. So let us understand the first one, that is a Boolean data type. So let us quickly understand what is this Boolean data type. So let me write here. Yes, first one is Boolean data type. Okay. Now my simple question: what does a PC or what does a computer understands? Which language does it understand? It understands something called as a binary language, right? So what is a binary language? What is binary language? Binary is nothing but 0 and 1. Exactly. So 0 and 1 is nothing but 0 is considered as false, 1 is considered as true. Correct? So even in the Boolean data type, the data type called as Boolean, it has only two values. One is called as true, and one more is called as false. Very, very simple. Okay. Now, how to check the data type of this? How to check the data type of it? You can just make use of the print function and make use of a function called as a type. Okay. Now, inside this, if you put a variable, let's say type of A, you can see it is mentioning it as class Boolean. That means Boolean data type. Okay. So it has only two values, that is true and false. Now you can see if I mention T as a small letter, it is not able to understand what you're trying to do here. Always in Python, you are supposed to mention T capital and here F capital in the Boolean data type. Okay. I think this is very much clear, right? Let's move on to the next one. That is the number data type. Now these are very, very straightforward data types. So let us quickly finish it off. So here, let me write A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1.1. Okay. Now these two are completely two different data types. Even though it is comes under number data type, these two are considered as two different data types. Can you tell me why it is mentioned as two different data types? Because A is equal to 1. That means a whole number, right? So whole number is considered as an integer. Okay. Any positive or negative whole numbers is considered as an integer. But if a variable or if a value has a point values, you can see 1.1 is there. So if it has a point value, then it is considered as a floating data type. Okay. Floating point data type. So first of all, let me mention type of A. You can see class int. But if I do for class B, you can see class float. That means a floating data type. That means a decimal point. Okay. I think this is very much clear. Now, what you are going to do, this is very important. Even though this topic is not that important, but it is important to understand this particular topic, because based on this topic, many things we are learning in data science as well as the machine learning. Please make sure you give appropriate attention here. This is a string data type. Now, what do you mean by string data type? Anything that is enclosed inside the single, double, or triple quotes is considered as a string data type. For example, if I mention hello world, right? Very simple word. And if I print the value of A, you can see I'm able to get the same output. Okay. You can see anything that is enclosed inside the single quotes, we are getting the same output. Now, if I mention type of A, then you can see it is mentioning it as class str. Let's see. You can see class str. Perfect. Right. Now, I think this much is very much clear. Now, what you're going to do is I have a simple question where I'm supposed to access only H. Okay. From this hello world, I'm supposed to access only H. So, what I'm supposed to do? First of all, you are printing the same variable. Okay. Same variable. That is A. Excuse me. So if I run it, you can see hello world I'm able to get. But if you see this something called as access, okay, if you see this word called as access, or if I say in the future something called as access, immediately you are putting a square brackets. Okay, whenever I say access, that means you are putting a square bracket. Okay, soon after the variable name, you're putting a square bracket. Now, what value you are supposed to give inside? Let me tell you. See, hello world, this H is in the position 0. Okay, it will start from 0. E is in the position 1. L is in the position 2. Basically, it continues. Okay, keep on continues. Even the space has one index number. So it starts from 0. So can I mention A of 0 to get only H? Let's see. You can see we are able to get only H now. Now, if the same question was find or basically access only the letter D, okay, access only D, that is in the last index. So what you're supposed to do, one method is to basically count it. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So just mention 10 here. You can see I'm able to get the value D. But imagine we have a longer sentence. Okay, we have a very long sentence. Then what you will do? Now here, what you can do is you can make use of negative index. Okay, you can make use of negative index. That means if you provide a negative value, it will start from the right hand side. Okay, it will start from the right hand side. So -1 is in the position, D is in the position of -1. L is in the position -2. So if I run it, you can see I'm getting the same output, that is D. Okay, now we'll go on and we'll explore how to access a particular word or basically a range of words. Now we are supposed to access hello, right? Now we are supposed to access hello. It is not just one word we are talking about. We are supposed to access the entire word now. One letter we are talking about. We are supposed to access the entire word. What we are supposed to do? Now we are supposed to give the range. Now, how can we give the range? See, first of all, we are starting from 0. Yes or no? So can you tell me till what value we want? Till what value we are supposed to index? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So you are supposed, first of all, let me write the syntax. So inside the bracket, you are giving the start value, colon, you're giving the colon, then you're giving the stop value. Okay. So in this case, it is 0:4. But we are wrong. I'll tell you why. Because you can see we are able to get only HELL. We are not getting O. Why is that? Even though we have provided the range 4, you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now O is in the position 4, but still we are not able to get that. Why? Because the syntax says that it will start from the particular value, but while stopping, it will stop at stop -1. Okay, whatever value you give, -1 value we will stop. So 0, 1, 2, 3 it will stop. The 3 till 3 value it will print. Now what if I want to print this entire hello? What I'm supposed to give? We are supposed to give the value 5, correct? So 0:5 we are supposed to give to get the entire hello value. Can we do the same thing for world? Can you do the same thing for world and tell me what range I'm supposed to give? Can you give the word or index value for world? Anyone? Let's say I want to access the world. What we are supposed to give? First we are writing A. Okay. So first of all, check in which position this W is there. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And once write 6 and check whether you're getting the correct output. So if you're getting the correct output, now what you can do is you can mention colon and go to the last value. What is the last value? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But if you mention 10, it will print till 9. So you're mentioning 11. right? If you are mentioning 11 to get the entire word, that is world. Now, this is one of the method. One more method you can make use of, that is, since it is the last word, right? This D is the last word. You can just keep it blank. Okay, you can just keep it blank. Blank means it will go to the last value. So if I run it once again, you can see we are getting the same output. Okay, so if the word is going to the last value, then you can just keep it blank so that it is going, or basically it is printing till the last value. Is that clear? Any doubts? No. Okay, perfect. I hope whatever we have done is very much clear. Okay. Now we'll understand some of the functions related to the string data type. Okay, quickly we'll understand function in string data type. Okay. What I'll do is I'll quickly write a very simple string. My name is. Okay. Now in the string, can you find out what are the grammatical mistakes? Can we? Okay. Can you just tell me what are the grammatical mistakes? Okay. One is E. One is N. Correct. Capital R. Yes. So okay. Capital R is correct actually because name of the company, right? So R is correct. But what about this? N, E, N. These are wrong. Correct. Okay. So what I'll do is, let's say I want to convert every single term into a lowercase. Okay. So what I'm supposed to do? It's very simple. Use a print statement, get the value, get the variable, and make use of a function called as lower. Okay. Just mention lower. You can see the entire case has been converted into a lowercase. Now, what if I want to do to uppercase? It's again very simple. Just change it to upper. And here also you're changing to uppercase. Let's run it. You can see entire thing has been converted into uppercase. Okay. Now, next we are understanding how to get the length of the string. Length of the string in the sense, see, M is in the position 1, 0. But can I say it has values? It is a part of the value. So 1, 2, even the space is considered as a value. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's see, we are able to get the value as 16 because what we are getting is basically we are getting the length of the entire string. So to get that, you are writing a print statement, you are getting the string value, and you are making use of the length function. Okay, this is one of the method. Run it. Okay, I'm sorry, you are not supposed to give it like this. Length function is used like this. Okay, first of all, you're mentioning the length function, open and close bracket, and inside that you're basically giving the str1. Okay, can you see we are able to get the value as 16? Simple. Next, last one. As of now, we are understanding a very important function called as replace function. So what is the meaning of this? Say instead of Rhinex, let's say I want to change that to a value which I want. Okay. So what you're going to do is you are printing str1 and you're using a replace function. Okay. Use a replace function, open the bracket. Now, first value is the value you want to change. So this is the value I want to change, right? So give the value here. And next, you are giving the value with what you want to change. For example, I want to change it to max. So run it. You can see my aim is max now. So it is, instead of Rhinex, it has been converted into max. Okay, this is how you replace a particular word. Okay, any doubts? Any doubts of as of now? No. Okay. We'll move on to the next data type. Now, this is a very important data type. Okay. This is a very important data type. That is a list data type. Okay. I think yesterday I have told you about this, right? List data type. Now, what is the importance of this? I'll give you one of the tasks. Okay. I'll give you one of the tasks. You are supposed to store employee names. Okay. You are supposed to store 5 employee names. How do you store it? If you have down, don't worry. I'll clarify once the class has been completed. Okay. Yes. I'm supposed to store 5. Okay. Forget about list. Okay. Forget about list. Imagine you don't have the data type. Okay. You don't have the list data type. What will you use to store 5 different employee names? Okay. We'll do it like this. Employee number 1, and let's say John. second employee number 2. Yes, 5 different variables. Exactly. But instead of, you can see 5 different variables we are using, right? Memory is being used. Memory is being used much, right? We are using. I mean, for each and every variable, we are using creating a new. Sorry. So for each and every value, we are using a new variable. Correct. This is wrong. So instead of this, what you can do is you can store entire uh, employee name inside one particular variable. Now, how can we do this? This can be done with the help of a list. For example, if I mention employee name as the name of the variable and you just mention a square bracket. Now, inside the square bracket, you can give anything. Anything in the sense, for example, I will be giving some of the values. Let's say John, Ram, Adam. Okay, so these are the values. Okay, these are the values I've given. So you can see 4 values are there. Satya, I told you, right? After 7:40, there are dedicated sessions for doubt session. Okay, so kindly make sure you are waiting for that doubt session. I'll not solve the doubts in the middle of the class. Okay. Yes. So we have 4 values now: Sam, John, Ram, and Adam. Now we can see 4 values has been put into one variable. Now we don't have different variables for different names. We have one variable for multiple names. Now this is the importance of the list. Okay. So if I print the value of this EMP name, what happens is we can get the value, that is Sam, John, Ram, and Adam together. Okay. This is one value. Now let us understand how to access a particular value. Okay, accessing list elements. Now from this, let's say I want to access only Sam. Okay, I want to access only Sam. I told you, whenever you're listening to this particular word that is accessing, you have to put a square bracket. Correct? So print EMP name and a square bracket. Now, what is the index value of this Sam? Index value of this Sam starts from 0. Now it is not just S we are talking about. Okay, it is not just S we are talking about. This entire value is sitting in the position 0. This entire value is sitting in the position 1. This 2. This 3. Okay, so I want to print Sam. So what I'm supposed to give? I'm supposed to give 0. Let's run it. Let's check. Can you see we are getting only the value Sam? Now this is how you access a particular value. Okay. Next, if I give, let's say, Adam. Here, let me get Sam. Here, let me get Adam. Okay, it is 3. Perfect. Very good. So if I mention 3, you can see we are getting Adam. But let's say I want to mention this using the negative index. Using the negative index, then we are using -1. Correct? You can see we are getting the same value. Okay, both the values you can use, but imagine we have more than 4, or let's say 10, 15 values, then you cannot sit and count, right? So instead of that, you can make use of this negative index, that is -1. Okay. Okay. Now next, I want to access, let's say, John and Ram. Okay. I want to access John and Ram now. Can you tell me how can I do this? Okay. First of all, tell me, where is John? Which position is John? What is the position of John? The John position is 1, correct? So get 1. You can see we are getting the John. Now from John, or from the first index, we want to go to second index. But if I mention 2, it will be the same problem as the, where is it? Yes, as the syntax of the string data type, where it will start, but it will stop -1. So what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to give one extra value, that is 1:3. So that 3 minus 1, that is 2, it is able to access. You can see John and Ram we are able to get. Okay. I hope everyone is able to understand what you're trying to do here. Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay. Next, we'll move on to the next last data type, that is the dictionary data type. Now, the sole purpose of this dictionary data type is very, very important. Please let me know if you have any doubts in this dictionary data type, because dictionary data type is very important. Okay. See, first of all, let's say I want employees as a variable name, and I'll put it inside the list only. Okay, I'll put it in the list, and I'll first of all mention the name of the employee, that is Adam, and then I'll mention the what is that, age of the employee. Okay, let's say 25. One more, I'll mention John. I'll mention the age of John, let's say 28, and one more, let's say Ram, and age of Ram is, let's say, 26. Okay, so I have mentioned the name of the employee and I have mentioned the age of the employee. Now I know that I have mentioned the name and I have mentioned the age, but if I'm accessing, am I able to access a particular, I mean, for example, the question is find the age of John. Okay, find the age of John, or basically access the age of John. What are you supposed to do? You are first of all finding out John, right? You are finding out John, then you are finding the index position of John, and once you find out the index position of John, then you are giving one extra index so that you can get the age of it. For example, I will be using print employees access. Can you tell me what I'm supposed to access? I'm supposed to access 28. I'm sorry, we have mentioned colon. I'm really sorry, we are not supposed to give colon. Yes. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? We are supposed to give 3. Let's see. Run it. Okay, we are getting 28. Now, this is a procedure we have to do for every single age that we are supposed to access. Now, imagine we have 1,000, 10,000 employees. Can we do that? No. So, the best solution for this is using the dictionary. Okay. So, what you're going to do is we are using the same employees, variable name. We'll quickly comment this out. But we are using a dictionary. So, dictionary can be used with the help of a flower bracket. Okay. And for example, I will be giving okay, I'll be giving the name. Okay, Adam, I'll be giving. Then for Adam, I'll be giving the age as 20. Okay. Next, you can see for first we are giving the key first, then we are giving the value for that key. So whenever you're using a dictionary has a unique pair called as key value pair. Okay. So first thing that you're mentioning is a key. Next value you're mentioning is a value. Okay. We'll do the same thing for John. We are mentioning John, colon, 28, comma. Next one is Ram, then colon, 26. Okay. We'll move on to the next, print employees. Now, the important thing of dictionary is this. For example, I want to find the age of John, right? I want to find the age of John. So to do that, you can see we were manually checking the name of the John. Then we were accessing the age of John. But here you can just mention the key directly. Okay, open the square bracket. Mention a colon. Single quotes, and inside this directly mention the key value. Okay, directly mention the key, name of the key. If you mention the name of the key, the output will be the value. Can you see? We are getting the value as the output. So imagine I want to find the age of Ram. What I'm supposed to do? Again, same thing. Employee of the key Ram. You can see we are getting the age of Ram as 26. Okay. So this is how the dictionary data type is very much important, and it is completely different from the list data type. List data type, we can put anything as we want inside the list, but in dictionary we have a particular thing, that is a key and a particular value for that key. Okay. Yes. So this is how you get, once you access a key, if you access a key, you are getting the value. Okay. If you access the key, you are getting the value. Now imagine my question is find all employee names. Okay. Or basically display all employee names. So can I say employee names are all keys, right? They are all keys. Yes or no? So what I'm supposed to do is you are supposed to print the employees, but you are displaying only the keys. So you're mentioning dot keys, open and close bracket. So if you run it, you can see we are getting only the keys, that is Adam, John, and Ram. Now, what if I want to display only the employee age. Okay, display all employee age. That is the value. What I'm supposed to do? We are mentioning values. We are not mentioning value. It is values. Okay. Now, what if I've supposed to print both of them? I'm supposed to print both of them. Yes, it is item. Okay, kindly do it. I'm getting a call. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. Okay. One. Okay, very interesting one. Yes. Imagine now I want everyone to listen here properly. Uh, for timing, I'll be for 5 minutes. I'll be no, it's okay, fine. Yes, listen properly. You have a exercise called as user authentication. Now, what do you mean by this? See, imagine you are building a website. Okay, you are building a website. Inside the website, you are an admin. Okay, you are an admin. So what you'll do is you are writing a code in such a way that if the username is present in your database, if the username is present in the database, only then you are asking the particular user to enter the password. Okay, if the password is right, then you are allowing the user inside the website. Okay, otherwise you're not allowing it. Very simple, right? So what we'll do is, okay, you can see we have a dictionary data type. We have a keys, that is user 1, user 2, user 3, and we have the values 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 at ABC 6 5 4 3 2 1. Correct? Now, what is the first thing that we are supposed to ask to from the user? Can anyone tell me in the chat box? What is the first thing that we are supposed to ask from the user? Username, right? Let's get the username from the user. That is input, enter your username. Okay, now what we are supposed to do to check whether this username, whatever is entered by the user, is present in our database. Okay, first of all, tell me, what is this user 1, user 2, and user 3? What is this user 1, user 2, and user 3? No, I'm asking, in this dictionary, what is this user 1, user 2, and user 3? Yes, it is a key, right? So we are basically, whatever the username is entered by the user, we are comparing with the keys. We are not comparing with the values. We have to compare with the keys. Yes or no? Okay, so to do that, we are mentioning if the username, whatever username the user has entered, whether this username is a present in operator. In means it will check whether the username is present in this particular database. Okay, so whether it is present in database dot keys function. Why database dot keys exactly? Because database dot keys has only user 1, user 2, and user 3. So it will check whether the user 1, user 2, user 3 is present in whatever username is mentioned, whether it is user 1, user 2, and user 3. If it is user 1, user 2, user 3, then only it will ask the next question. What is the next question it is supposed to ask? Satya, I'll come back to you. Don't worry. It is a password, correct? So password is equal to input, enter your password. Okay. Next. So if the password is correct now, right? If the password, now what is this password? 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 8 ABC 6 5 4 3 2 1. What are these inside the dictionary? These are values. So we are now supposed to compare this password with the values. Yes or no? Correct. So if the password is present in database dot values, then what is supposed to do? Then we are basically welcoming the user. We'll mention print and welcome and the username. Welcome user name. Correct. Now, if it is not, okay, if the password is wrong, then we are mentioning it as invalid username. I'm sorry, invalid password. I'm sorry, invalid password. Now, if the username itself is wrong, okay, if the username itself is wrong, then we are supposed to mention the else condition outside. That means for this, if it is wrong, okay, if the username itself is wrong, then it will come to this else condition and it will say that invalid username. Shall we test? Shall we test? Okay, we'll test it. First of all, it is asking enter your username. I'll mention user one. Okay, I'll mention user one. Okay, so user one is present in the database, so it is asking me the password, which is right. So I'll mention a random password, which is not present in the database. So if I run it, we can see invalid password I'm able to get, which is correct. Perfect. Well, mention user one once again. Now I'll give a correct password. That is 123456. 123456. Now let's see. Yes, it is welcoming me and it is saying welcome user one. Now, what if my username itself is wrong? Let's say user 5 I will write. You can see invalid username I'm able to get, right? Now, how many of you think whatever we have done is working flawlessly without any problem? How many of you think it is working flawlessly without anything, without any problem? Okay, Omkar Pavani, you have told yes. So can you just find me the flaw? Can you just find me the flaw? Satya, wait, I'll come back to you. Don't worry. Yes, can you just tell me what is the flaw here? Exactly, Swati. Very good. So if I mention user one, okay, which is the valid username, and if I run it, you can see it is asking me the password, right? It is asking me the password. Now what I'll do is I will not enter the user one password. Okay. Imagine user three is me. Okay. User three is me. And I know my password. Okay. I know my password, but I don't know user one's password. So what I'll do is I'll mention user one as a username, but password I will enter mine. That is 654321. Now, even though the password is wrong according to user one, you can see it is still welcoming me and it is saying welcome user one, which is a very, very big flaw. So what is the solution for this? What is the solution for this? See, the solution is very, very, very simple. Okay. The solution is very simple. Listen to this carefully. I will just access the same database. I will access the same database here. Now, listen to this carefully. What you're supposed to do is whenever you're accessing a particular username, okay, whenever you're accessing a particular username, you are supposed to compare with its password. Yes or no? Correct? So, what I'll do is, first of all, I'll print the database and I will access a particular key. For example, I will access user one. So, if I access user one and if I run it, you can see I'm able to get the password as the output, right? So, can't I compare that password with the password that is entered by the user? Correct? Again, I'll repeat database, and if I mention the username, okay, database of username, then the output will be password, right? So can't I just mention that database of username here instead of database.values? And we can compare directly with the password. So if it will check whether this 123456 is equal to the entered 123456. If it is correct, then only it will enter. Then only it will welcome the user. Otherwise, it will not welcome the user. So let's see how to do this. See, instead of this user one, where is the username stored now? Where is the username stored? The username stored is this variable, correct? So what I'll do is I'll mention database of username. Don't worry, I'll just print it once again. I'll just call the username here. We'll get the print database of username. So see the output here. I'll mention user one. Can see the output is 123456, right? If I mention user two, you can see the output is 123 at ABC. So you can see what is this basically database of username. Now we will get the exact password, and this password should be matched with the password that is entered by the user. Okay, so you're mentioning password is equal to instead of n, you're using equal to database of username. That means whatever the database of username is there, it will get the actual password, and that is compared by the password that is entered by the user. So let us run it once. Now we'll check user 1. Now I'll put a wrong password of user 3. Okay, I'll put a different password. Can you see? It is saying now it is invalid password. Correct? Now we'll give the correct password. That is user 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now only, okay, I'm sorry. We have mentioned one colon. User 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you see? Now it is giving me the correct output. That is welcome user 1. Right? I hope everyone is able to understand how this user authentication we have done. So see the output properly. Whatever we have done here. Now this might be quite confusing, but if you just see whatever we have done here, then it is very much understandable. Don't worry, I'll explain it once again. See, listen to this